First thing we need is a motion to approve the schedule of the committee meeting. Moved by Supervisor Conover, seconded by Supervisor Wild. Any discussion, additions, deletions? Okay, I'll call the question. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Okay. I do have privilege of the floor listed on the agenda here in the front, but I don't see, we don't have any, so we'll move right into our action agenda. Number one, items to and request to be discussed by Human Resources Director and/or Personnel Officer. We have a report on tracking of vacancies filled. Jackie, are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to point out there is an error on the report of vacancies. There were a couple added that should not have been. They started the approval process, but they did not get approved. So I did get an updated one to Amanda, and hopefully she can get it out to the group. I think it made it to the paper packet today, but not to the electronic version.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions on this? Okay, we'll move right into letter B, an update on the responses to the Warren County reopening survey distributed to all employees. I want to thank everyone in the working group for all the work they did making this happen very quickly, and we're excited to report it. I'll turn it over to Jackie on that.
Thank you. We did get a survey out last week to all employees, to both their home email address if we had it and their work email address. So we would try to capture as many people as possible. Thank you to Joanne Conley from Tourism for allowing us to use her SurveyMonkey account. I did get a report yesterday that 250 people have completed the survey so far. I think, the first, item of note is that about half of employees, 54% or so, are either very comfortable or somewhat comfortable returning to work, with 31% being uncomfortable returning to work. So I think it's good that, the majority is comfortable. We asked what would make you comfortable returning to work, and 62% of people said hand sanitizing stations, 50% of people said limiting the number of employees in the building at a time, and 64% of people said limiting outside visitors to the office. So those are all items that our reopening working group has been discussing, and Ryan included in his email last night. So I think what we're looking at doing is exactly the right things, based on what our employees say that they want to be comfortable.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions on this? Okay, thank you, Jackie. All right, we'll move into number 2, referrals from the Criminal Justice Committee. Public Defender. Letter A, request to decrease the salary of the 3rd Assistant Public Defender position from $69,891 to $63,393 retroactive to April 20th, 2020, and to fill the position at a lower salary. Would someone like to move this to the floor? Supervisor Conover, seconded by Supervisor Frazier. Okay, discussion? Okay, I'll call the question.
Did this go through committee? Sorry.
Excuse me?
Did this already go through committee, criminal justice?
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Oh, thank you, Supervisor Seaver.
Okay, if we're ready for the question, I'll call the question. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, letter B, request to increase the salary of the 8th Assistant Public Defender position from $63,393 to $69,891 retroactive to April 2020, and to fill the position at a higher salary. Someone like to get this on the floor? Supervisor Garrity, seconded by Supervisor McGowan. Okay, any discussion? Ready for the question? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 3, request from the clerk of the board. Request to amend resolution number 306 of 2018, approving standard workday and time reporting resolution for all elected and appointed officials for retirement purposes to reflect submissions for 2020. This is something we do every other year. Is that, you want to move that, Supervisor Brim?
Sure.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second? Supervisor Frazier. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, 4, we don't have anything from the county administrator. Okay, Brian?
Yeah, Mary had a brief emergency. She's got to step away. So if anybody got any questions on reopening or concerns or want to share any ideas, since this is the personnel committee.
Okay. Anybody have anything? Guess not, we'll move on.
Okay.
Okay, item number 5, request items to be discussed by the county attorney. We actually need an executive session. Okay. Would someone, this is to discuss an update on pending litigation.
Is there a specific piece of litigation matter?
Andrew is, or Mary is on the Zoom.
Yes, I'm here. Good morning. We wanted to discuss the Decker litigation.
Okay, I will move to go into executive session to discuss the Decker litigation.
Okay, do we have a second? Supervisor McGowan, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Okay, we're going into executive session. session.
I'm just going to ask Jeremy if he's all set. I think he would be.
Yep, his thumbs up. We're out of executive session. There were no actions taken in executive session. Is there any?
Do you want a motion?
Yes. Do you want to phrase? You ready to phrase it, or do we need Mary to?
If she's got one. Do you have one, Mary?
Yep, so I would ask that the motion is to ratify the decision to withdraw the case against David Decker based on the criminal conviction and restitution.
Okay, I'll move that.
It was motioned by Supervisor McGowan, seconded by Supervisor Bramer. Any discussions?
I'll make a comment if I
Okay.
can. I can't see you, Chairman. Where? Oh, there you are. Sorry.
Sure.
Thank you, Supervisor Simpson. I think that this resolution is appropriate since we are still going to get restitution through the criminal proceeding and the conviction that the DA's office was able to obtain for us. So we don't need to move forward with the civil litigation. There's no need to duplicate that effort. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Ready for the question? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Okay, letter B, Mary. Request to appoint outside counsel to the Warren County Ethics Board.
Yes, thank you. I know I've brought this before, but I am going to bring it again, hoping that you guys will approve it this time. Section 808 of the General Municipal Law, which is the Board of Ethics, says that the Ethics Board has to have advice of counsel, and if the board doesn't appoint outside counsel, it has to be from the county attorney's office. I know we've talked about this before. I really think it would be appropriate for the board to assign outside counsel to the Ethics Board, because the people who do come in front of the Ethics Board are county employees, and they're people that my office works with every day. And it may also be one of you who I work for. So I just think it would be appropriate at this point to appoint outside counsel to the Ethics Board, and I'm hoping that you agree.
Okay, would someone like to move this to get it on the floor? Supervisor McDevitt, do we have a second? Supervisor McGowan? Okay, any discussion? Supervisor Garrity?
Yeah, are we going to advertise for different councils to send in a hourly rate? Or how do we do this? Are we gonna look for RFP on this?
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the question.
Are we gonna put out an RFP for this?
That's up to the committee. For legal services, you do not have to do an RFP, but you are certainly welcome to.
I think we ought to be fair about it and put it out to the legal community.
Good idea. Supervisor Seaver?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I agree with Supervisor Garrity, but I also, Mary, how often do they meet? I mean, we have this Board of Ethics. We rarely meet and or hear from them. I've been before them previously. I know some other supervisors may have been with different.
What?
Who said what? You weren't on mute. But I think that there's some continuity that we might need in terms of, do they only meet, like, how do you refer something to them? Do they only meet when something's in front of them? I know there's been a lot of questions since this got established in 2014, and I know many of us were on the board when we established the Board of Ethics, and I'm glad that we did. But I don't know what we're going out for. How often do you use it? What the cost factor would be, but I do think it probably needs to go out for an RFP.
Sure. So since I started here May 2nd of 2016, we've only convened the board twice. And the only time they are convened is if an employee of the county, an employee or an official of the county asks for an ethics opinion. So like I've said, that's only happened twice since I've been here since 2016.
Okay, does anybody have any other discussion? Supervisor Beatty?
Yeah, so would this be a, hourly, RFP? We're gonna pay hourly for this lawyer if and when they're needed? This isn't a retainer, right?
No, so my opinion would just be to put out an RFP to say you would be representing the ethics board and let them come up with their payment structure. You might get an RFP that says, I'll charge you a flat rate. Every time we meet, it'll be this flat rate. Or you might get an attorney who says, I want to charge you so much an hour, but then that way you can determine based on how they respond. Do you think as a board, it's better to go with the flat rate, or do you think it's better to go with the hourly rate? So I would leave that open and let them respond to you on how they want you to pay.
Okay, so the RFP would be fairly open-ended, okay.
Mhm.
And then we can craft it the way we want,
Correct.
okay?
Is there any other discussion? If not, I'll call the question. All those in favor, say aye. Aye.
I,
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, we have no pending items. We don't have any positions filled since last meeting. Privilege of the floor. Committee?
Supervisor Simpson, we have nothing on public comment.
Thank you, Mr. Public Information Officer. Okay, if not, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Supervisor Garrity, seconded by Supervisor Bramer. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.